Look, the Demon King was captured by the humans, and you gotta save him. I know, how can such a little skeleton do it? But they have an amazing ability to transform when their head swaps. Wait, you might not fully understand. This skeleton riding a motorcycle is the same skeleton that's throwing these poison potions. It's a great mechanic I can't wait to tell you more about. And just so we're clear, Skul, the Hero Slayer, is a roguelike 2D platformer with a focus on combat. Anyway, the game starts off by having you play out the opening incident to introduce the story. The humans have attacked and also kidnapped the Demon King. Luckily, you're only shaken up and can still chase after them. However, the first hero interrupts your chase and forces you to retreat to the Demon King's destroyed castle. You still need to save the king, so you head out again and again on the same path to try. This is the game's loop. If I had to compare it to another game, I would choose Dead Cells. It's similar since you always start in the same place to go through the same areas, trying to get to the end with a lot of combat and bosses. Moving on to the standout feature of the game, the interchangeable heads. The default Skul head is good, but the other heads are more exciting and look great. For example, the one that turns you into a biker. Yeah, it looks great, but the skill where you jump on a motorcycle and rampage around the screen, damaging everything you hit, is incredible. It's just so much fun. I don't know how many Skuls there are, but there is a large variety. No two Skuls are the same. Each have different weapons and skills that define them. Another example, the Thief Head has a chance to spawn gold when attacking. In fact, Skuls can even have different special skills. For example, this Skul, which turns you into Groot, either has a skill which punches the ground in a line attack, or summons a larger version of themselves to slam the ground. Although, it can make your runs a little unpredictable. Imagine finding your favorite Skul, but it doesn't have the skill you want. It's another layer of random added to the game. The Skul swapping is also the major difference between each run. You must adapt the heads you find, and you can even find more heads than you can possibly carry, so you will have to make some tough decisions. Fortunately, you can carry 2 at a time, and swapping between them is encouraged with a special ability. Also, you can swap and let your skills cool down, which is generous and, for skilled players, will be the key in maximizing your damage. As I said earlier, you're going through room to room trying to clear it of enemies before moving on to the next. You do get some choice in the matter, as the game usually gives you 2 doors to choose between. Then you can kinda pick what reward you want at the end of the stage. It's either going to be a new head, some gold, or a piece of gear. And keep in mind, these rooms are not random. They are handcrafted, and while that makes for an excellent experience playing them, there is a limited variety. I'm not sick of them yet, but I could see them getting a little repetitive after a bit. It wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have to keep fighting the tree boss. If, once I finished off the boss, I could get through the area without doing the whole thing over and over again, it's still a difficult boss, and getting hung up on it every time is my problem. Either way, the boss is good and quite challenging, as are the other mini-bosses you fight along the way. There are also lesser human heroes you will fight to continue your quest. The items you pick up along the way are fairly simple upgrades, 20% more physical damage or a reduction in damage taking. They are always good to pick up. Keep in mind there are active items as well, and you can only have one at a time. They run on a timer, and with everything else going on, I have trouble remembering to even use it. Now, there is a permanent upgrade tree you will be buying incremental upgrades from. For example, increasing your physical or magical attack power to even resurrection. Skul will be getting more powerful with each run. Kinda reminds me of Rogue Legacy, where you could purchase upgrades before each run. However, in Skul you use dark crystals that drop from enemies. Eventually, with enough runs, you will have enough power to breeze past parts of the early game. You could even say it's only a matter of time until you finish the game, but it will take some skill. There's still a hard limit to these traits though, so you can only take it so far. Oh, one last thing I have to mention is the audio between chapters. It's not in English. While that doesn't bother me, it's something I should point out. I didn't find the story the main reason I was enjoying the game anyway. Overall, Skul is good, really good. The controls are great and the head swapping mechanic is unique and fantastic. Every run is different. The combat is the main focus, and if that's what you're into, I highly recommend it. I do wish the world had more variety, but that's partly because I want more of a good thing.